Hi, welcome back to Spear's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is King of Arrows, the Kingfisher. And wow, what can I say? Already 4 court cards this week. We started out with the Knight of Bows, that fox, looking for that quest of action. And then, we had the Knight of Stones, the horse, looking for that quest of security. Let that horse carry you. Those 2 cards put together, you have to be sly and cunning to, get the action you want, and then letting that horse carry you to the goal, letting it carry you to that materialism. And then, yesterday we had the Queen of Vessels pop up, which was, nurturing and self-sacrifice. And, queens are very, very good to talk to get, better ideas, because she's then going to end up talking to the king. And then, pow, what do you know? King of Arrows pops up, that Kingfisher. And, we've had pretty much, we had a bows, a stones, a vessels, and now an arrows. So, to have that come up this week, 4 court cards, tells me that there's some very important people or very important messages going on your quests. You're being nurtured. And, with that strength card in there too, the Woodward, all right, being dedicated to the goal. There's a great message there with people coming into your life, helping you with your quest, nurturing what it is you want. And this king comes at a time where it's all about reason, to think about the air energy. All right, so this King of Arrows, the Kingfisher, is symbolic of ancient wisdom and lore. Like I talked about, the kings, to me, they rule the kingdom. They're out there, they're talking to, the landowners. They got their knights out and about, looking at, what's going on in the kingdom. Knights report back to them, of any, people infringing on their territory or whatnot. But kings are also the great to seek counsel. This would be no different than, if you were a college student, working on a term paper, to seek counsel from your professor. Is this the right way of going? Or, if you're finishing up a project, as a project manager, going back to the owner of the project and saying, here's where we're at with stuff. Okay, how do you want to go forward? Even ask, talking with your boss about stuff, performance evaluations, just normal things, raises. Seek that counsel out. All right, that king is able to provide for you. Arrows is all about air and logic, and this guy has to go in with the reasoning. And, when I look at, you've got action, you've got materialism, you've got some emotional, psychic energy, and now you have that reasoning. This king tops off the reasoning and saying, you know what? We need to think about this. He's going to think long and hard, and he's going to know the right direction to go. The Kingfisher in itself, okay, is at home in both the air and the water. So, with his ability to, to dive deep into catch fish, it's the same thing with his logic. He is able to dive deep into his reasoning, dive deep into his logic, and think about, what it is that you're really asking, what it is that you're really looking for. Okay, through that action piece of that Knight of Bows, fox, that sly, cunning, flamboyant person, to be on that quest. And then that Knight of Stones, that horse, solid, grounded, okay, able to carry you through. And then, the queen, she's whispering in your ear, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to nurture you through this. Be emotionally balanced as you're moving forward. So this King of Arrows, this Kingfisher, it likes to exercise judgment or power, and he's very impartial to help. He's very impartial with his reasoning and his logic. He wants to help you see clearly what is no longer serving you. And, as many of the cards through the tarot deck talk about it, that which no longer serves you, let go. And this king is going to point that out. He's going to look truly into your heart and find out what's not serving you. And that Queen of Vessels, okay, that idea that you have, that nurturing idea that, that she wants to, get you a little bit emotional balance on, okay, this king's going to look at it and say, you know what, that's a good idea, but have you thought about this? Or have you thought about this? What about this direction? Okay, he is going to, look at, okay, what is it that's no longer serving you? How do you want to let this go? How do you want to proceed forward? So if this is a person in your life, as you watch this video and you think about it, either through through this week or, going over the next couple days, this is somebody that's going to be very articulate, very just, very moral, a leader in their own right. Okay, and they're going to look for that discernment. Maybe this is you. Maybe you need to look within that discernment, find out what that is. Okay, and get to the heart of the matter. That's what this king is trying to do. It's trying to get you to look at the heart of the matter. Now, if this is a person in your life in a work setting, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a colleague, you have a great idea. Why don't you look at it this way? Get to the heart of the matter. Instead of, going about it, doing this, that, and the other thing, let's just get to the meat and potatoes. Same thing in a relationship. What are the meat and potatoes of the relationship? What are the meat and potatoes of your social gatherings? Things of that nature. If this is an aspect in your life, it's going to look for some calm clarity. This Kingfisher is going to come to you, all right, and give you that calm clarity as you're thinking about things. It's going to make you ponder it. Okay, what is it that you need to get rid of? What is it you need to, sit back and actually think about in a calm fashion? Getting that emotional balance. Something to help you find out what those goals are so you can steadfastly work toward them, all right, and then put that action in place. It's also good counsel, like I talked before. It's an aspect of, talking with others about doing the right things, making sure that people are doing the right things, making sure you're doing the right things for those people, whether it's in a relationship, a social setting, a work setting, within your own self. Okay, what is the right thing to do around this? That's what that Kingfisher, that King of Arrows, talks about. And if this is an event, it's going to be an event that's got, precise information. There's going to be some discipline around that, and that discipline falls into that dedication card as well. All right, because when you're disciplined, you are dedicated to the task at hand, and that Woodward is giving you the strength, that inner resolve, to face that dedication. All right, so as an event you might see that event as a Kingfisher event, okay, or that King of Arrows event. All right, where's the dedication? Where's the devotion? Where's the discipline as you move forward? So again, with the court cards, they asked different questions. Yesterday is what was enchanting you with that Queen of Vessels, and what do you need to devote yourself to? The discipline and the dedication. Today's card wants you to find out, what must you focus on clearly. What is it that you need to do to focus on clearly? To have that horse carry you onto the goals, to have that fox give you that that action-oriented energy to focus on those goals. What is it you must focus on clearly as that salmon is going upstream to self-sacrifice? Okay, what is it on your goal path that this king can help you out when you seek out its counsel? What can you? And then the other question is who can you give wise word or counsel to? It's great to receive it, okay, but maybe you have a message to give somebody else. Maybe that message, is, to help them out in a relationship, or to help them out in a social setting, or just to give, to be a mentor to a colleague. Who can you give that wise word or counsel to? Is it a friend? Is it a colleague? Somebody on the street? Think about those over the next couple days. So that's the message for the day, that King of Arrows, that Kingfisher. Leave your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button for me, and make sure that subscribe and like it. Make sure you like it. I hope you like it. I'm getting some likes on the videos as we go forward, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This is D for the Spirit's Path. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.